Good morning, Grand Rising. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Ask the Shaman. I'm your host, Antonio Corianti, which translates loosely into English as Anthony Golden Sunshine. Welcome, my brothers, sisters, friends. That's good to be here. I got a decent night's sleep. I always enjoy that. Often I don't. The same night as an event. We had a beautiful event last night at Sacred Waters in North Olmsted. Got a bunch of people together and did some breath work and some meditation, sound bath. These are really powerful things. I love doing them, but it usually amps up my energy so high that I have a hard time falling asleep. But not last night. Last night put me out like a baby. I was out like a baby. So good morning, everyone. Check in. Let us know where you're watching from. And let's get a conversation started, okay? That's where it comes here. I don't usually come in. Sometimes I do with some sort of underlying topic. I have no underlying topic today, so we have to get one started. So I'm inviting you to ask any questions or share your comments, or let's get a conversation rolling. Good morning. 1 Million Buddhas is here. Brother Mark, welcome. Welcome. Also had a really powerful shaman class this week. The group in the last 8 weeks, watching this group of people evolve along as I'm evolving far out. It's just amazing to watch, to be here to observe all of that beauty, all of the beautiful things that unfold in other human beings as they become more in touch with their personal power, their energy, their higher mind, their higher self. Far out. I love it. I have some electrolyte mix in here today. Trying out something new. Hydration is key, it's essential. Benjamin, good morning, Benjamin. Good to see you, man. Not talked to YouTube. Am in a bit off a mad thing and would love someone to talk to, brother. Well, I'm always here to help. I'm always here. So you could always reach me too. You can message me directly on Facebook. I communicate with most of the world through there currently. Our Chumpy Stone's very specific. Being moved to get some for our future initiation. No. Some people carve their own. Let me grab mine. Let me get my chumpies out. So anyone can buy the chumpy stones and have the chumpy stones, but very few. There's only a few. Well, there's more now due to the teachings that have come out and things like that. More chumpy Paqos than before on the planet. There aren't too many. But chumpy stones are typically carved out of alabaster, as these ones are. Let me see. I have a 1 and a 2 and a 3-point stone. So here's like my 3-point chumpy. It's got the moon on it. And here's my 2-point chumpy. This has a kin to on it. Akin to. So these stones represent the belts. There will be 5 primary stones. There's usually 7 stones in a set of chumpies. We typically use 5 stones, and these 5 stones align with energy centers and align with parts of the being, our belts typically. That's something that needs to happen for the Chumpy Paqos, the weaving of the belts. This requires some teaching, some initiation, some things like that, rites of passage, essentially. But no, there's people that carve their own. There's Each stone has 1 point, 1 to 5. So as long as there's 5 points, some people go out and find stones and turn them into chumpy stones. The thing is spirit doesn't care what you use. It's more about the energy and frequency in which you carry. Those are the things that need to be developed. It's not really about the stones. Even if you didn't have the stones, you're still a chumpy Paqo. There's plenty of chumpy Paqos that don't own chumpy stones. There's other ways chumpy stones can be used for different forms of divination and healing. But the primary role of the chumpy Paqo that I'm aware of is hucha miqui, which hucha means heavy energy, miqui means to digest or combust. So it's learning how to process hucha, process heavy energy, and not just your own, but the hucha of the world around you. And what I'm aware of is as more of us come online and into that gift, collectively, we'll be able to transmute hucha from the collective consciousness. Wouldn't that be cool? Turning pain into love all over the world. But yeah, if you want to get some chumpy stones, Jill, go ahead. There's some different places to look online. They can go from mild to wild, from expensive, from very inexpensive to very expensive. So that's all up to you. My chumpy stones were given to me as a gift from another Paqo. I'm trying to book a consultation, but not sure how. I'm not on Facebook, brother. Oh, okay. Let's get you in there. Let's see if we can get you in there. Get you in there. I know I have a note here somewhere, and I just never turned it in. Okay, let's put it here. Benjamin. Yeah, Demulder. Email. So I'm assuming that's in an email. I don't see any of the emails ever. So anyone that sends email messages, that will be retrieved by Mary or one of the other people that's on that part of our team. I never, ever see the emails. Very rarely. And also you have to understand there's also a very long line. Okay. So just because that's another reason why you might not have been returned to, there's thousands of people that reach out to us around the world that need help. So it kind of goes in order of how people show up or kind of how they're committed to their growth or change. Chumpy stones. I love chumpy stones. That's the chowpy path of the Paqo Kuna tradition. I find it quite fascinating. I find the whole living tradition quite amazing. Well, I'm here to talk. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, otherwise, I'm just going to pop off of here. I'm not going to sit here and waste anyone's time. So if anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, I would love to hear from you. Let's get a conversation started. That would be fantastic. And while we wait on that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my sacred space. You can join me, and what we're going to do is we'll just do a little breath and spiritual practice. Okay, your daily practice is super important. You're training your nervous system how to access parts of your mind and your neural connection, neural pathways that lead to deeper health, not just in a physical sense, but in a mental, emotional, and spiritual sense. All right, let's open up our bubble. So we're opening up our sacred space. We're opening up our center of our heart. So I take my hands and I bring them together in prayer position. And then what I'm doing is I'm focusing and sending all the attention and energy of my body into my heart, and I'm bringing it into my praying hands. So my praying hands are now charged with the light of my being. And then I'm going to take an inhale and bring my hands over my head. Taking that energy up my vertical line, I turn my hands out. As I exhale, I open that energy around me. That's expanding the bubble. And I like to do this 3 times. My hands come together at my lap, essentially my tailbone. As they meet, I begin to turn them up, and I take in a breath and bring the energy out through my head. Up and open. And once more. Good. Now I'm going to have you close your eyes. You're going to open your hands. You can let them sit in your lap or hold them up like this. And then what we're doing is we're calling in. We're opening the sacred space. I like to use my brass bell. Ahaya yari. Victory and praise is calling upon all beings of light, energies, and frequencies of the cosmos, of nature. We ask you for your divine guidance, your wisdom, and show us how to walk the path. Show us how to walk in the garden again. Help us to remember who we are. Help us to choose empowerment over disempowerment. We are open and ready to receive. And that's the important part, is allowing yourself to be open and ready to receive. A breath to the upper world. Be a breath to the middle world. Be a breath to the lower world. Hands are open, inviting the spirit and energy here. And you can invite anything that's beautiful and important to you, anything that's sacred or holy. And this can be anything. You can invite your angels. You can invite any ascended masters. You can invite Jesus, Krishna, Buddha. You can invite whatever energy you want. Loved ones who have become disembodied. Nature beings, animal beings, and spirits. Whatever calls to you. That's the important part, is whatever calls to you. Or even anything you're curious or interested in learning more about. Call that to you. Everything's energy. And in your sacred bubble, there's nothing for you to worry about. You're not allowing anything in that's harmful or dangerous to you. You're just inviting to you the highest frequencies of consciousness. And with your hands open, my intention now is to breathe the energy in through my hands into my body. I breathe it in. I let it saturate, moving into every cell, and then I blow off. I'm releasing any heaviness. I'm breathing in light, fresh energy. I'm holding, and then I'm releasing any stale or pent up energy. Breathing in and breathing out. Your breath, very important. Fill up your belly and your chest. In with light. Out with heavy. In with light. Out with heavy. In with healing. Out with illness. Relax, relax. Hands are open. Let your breath go slow now. And what I like to do is move into prayer here, more passive prayer. You're moving yourself mentally, emotionally, energetically in a position to receive any messages or frequencies that are open to you. And this is also a good place to ask questions. You can ask a question to the higher self, whatever that may be. What do I do next? If you're looking to change something, asking what information is available for me to change. If you're ready to evolve, you're asking for information of evolution. Ask whatever's important to you. And you want to let go of any expectation of how that answer should arrive. It may be in this moment. It may be in moments far away from now. At any rate, you're allowing your higher mind, the energy of the universe, to be with you. And in this moment, you're releasing all resistance, all fear, and just right now being in this moment. Softly breathing. Long inhale. Long exhale. Long inhale. Long exhale. Long inhale. Exhale. Beautiful divine guidance. Tell us whatever it is we need to know. Bring to us any information, however that shows up. We're open and ready to receive. We lovingly receive. Allowing yourself just to be in a passive state. It remains this way. And you're saying, I remain open. I offer no resistance to my life or reality. And I say yes to my life. Taking a big breath, breathe in through your hands and fill up. Oh. And releasing. Good. You're going to take your hands. If you feel your hands are nice and vibrating and alive with energy, you're going to take your right hand, you're going to put it on your heart. Your left hand, you're going to put it on your tummy. And we're going to spend just a few moments here feeling your hands, feeling your left hand on your navel, its pressure, feeling the right hand on your heart, its connection. And you're using a mental connection. You're using your mind's eye, your disciplined imagination to create the mental movie or idea as if your hands are connected energetically to your stomach, to your navel, and your heart. And then what you're beginning to do is ask these to connect. You're connecting the gut brain and the heart brain. And the word is coherence. You're asking for your gut brain and your heart brain to harmonize and become coherent, working together as one unit. You're taking the energy from your belly and you're moving it up through your central column into your heart. You're also making a connection from your belly into your left hand, sending the energy up your left hand, up your left arm, across your shoulder. Let it circle your heart, going across to the right shoulder, down the right arm, and back into your hand. You're allowing yourself in this moment to be a circuit. Energy coming out your belly, out around and into the heart. And just spending a few moments here and imagining, sensing, allowing yourself to understand or feel as if a beautiful lines of communication are beginning to form between your gut brain and your heart brain. Feel your belly, feel your heart. You're now going to take this energy from your belly and your heart, and you're going to bring it up through the throat and into your head brain. And now you're asking for your gut brain, your heart brain, and your head brain to harmonize, to become connected, to become coherent. You're giving the signal to your body and your nervous system to harmonize and balance the energies of your gut, your heart, and your brain. The three brains. Aligning your feelings, your thoughts, and your action. And repeating that in your mind or out loud. In this moment, I choose to come into alignment. In this moment, I choose to come into alignment. In this moment, I choose to come in alignment. I choose to harmonize my thoughts, my feelings, and my action. I harmonize and bring coherence into my thoughts, my feelings, and my actions. I choose as a sovereign being of light in this moment to harmonize my thoughts, my feelings, and my action. Taking in a big breath, filling up your belly, your chest, and then your head. There you go, all the way up to your scalp. And as you exhale, back down into your belly. You're going to breathe from your belly into your heart and into your head. Let your eyes roll up in your head a little bit, looking up. Your tongue's in contact with the roof of your mouth. And as you exhale, release all the tension and pressure back down to the belly. And once more, breathe from the belly, the chest, and the head. Hold, squeeze your belly, squeeze your chest, squeeze your head. Locking in. Release. Hands back in prayer position. Giving thanks and gratitude. I give thanks and gratitude for this day and for this life. I give gratitude to my breath. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful living energy. I understand and know that my breath is not just air, it's spirit. My breath is a living energy, a living spirit. I want to give thanks to the trillions of cells that create this body, which is me. I want to express love and gratitude for the beautiful things that happen in my life, as well as I want to express loving gratitude for the challenges of my life. For it is through trial that we become empowered. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful. And Nike Kuyaiki Arpichai Sonkolai. Arpichai Sonkolai. Give your thanks to your higher power. Say a few sweet words. A few sweet words to all the energies and spirits that surround us. Thank you, beautiful spirits and beings of light, for being here with us, whatever we call. Thank you for your divine guidance. Anaiki Kuyaiki, Anaiki Kuyaiki. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful. Very good. Taking in a slow, deep breath and release it quickly. Let it all go. Big breath. Quickly. And once more, big breath. Quickly. I'm counting down. When I get to 1, I'm going to snap my fingers, and we're going to allow ourselves to come back into a waking state, feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, alive, saying yes to life. 5, 4, 3, taking a deep breath. 2, 1, release your air. Open your eyes, come back into the present moment. Back into the now. You can move your body, your hands, your feet. You're bringing yourself back into the wakeful moment. And here you are. Wow, lots of people had stuff to talk about here. Okay, have got an illness, bro. Not sure what you think of cancer and how to deal with it. Well, I don't think about it. I don't sit and allow my mind to be the driving force of healing. So I can share with you what the channel has shown me, what spirit has shown me. All illness is directly related to energetic blockage. So it's understanding what is cancer. Cancer is when confusion happens in the cellular structures and good cells have no idea what they're doing and begin to attack good cells. Okay. So it's the body has lost its ability to understand or decode information. So this is usually directly related to emotional trauma, stuff that's not taken care of. This shows up in people as illness, often cancer. So it's basically, you have to understand that the inner cosmos, the inner being, is a reflection of the outer being and even beyond that. So everything's in layers. So cancer is completely healable. Okay. I don't care what anyone says. I've seen too many people. I've worked with too many people. I actually have 3 clients that have been deemed terminal. One woman was given 6 weeks to live. That was over now 2 years ago. She is not cancer free. However, it has not grown and it has decreased. So she's moving in the right direction. So she's no longer dying. She's healing. I have several others. Another one is a man with prostate cancer who has gone into complete remission through changing the way his mind works. So the first thing, Benjamin, is learning how to properly work with your mind, changing the way things are happening. And this requires some practice. This requires rewiring the neural circuitry. The illness that you're perceiving as a challenge that has popped up into your reality, that's on purpose to get you to change. Because if we do not become uncomfortable, we will not change. I myself was diagnosed with a terminal illness and I've recovered. I'm no longer terminal. I'm living. I'm fully alive. So anything's possible. What I would say is, like, in your question, you said how I deal with it. Well, you're not going to deal with it. There's no deal to be made. What you're going to do is you're going to choose to change. Are you ready to change? That begins there. The first thing is slowing down your breath, allowing yourself to relax. And the first thing is starting to picture. You got to get out of that fear state and start picturing yourself as your healed version, inviting to you that energy. Everything's energy. So if you begin to invite to you that potential, that possibility, you start to perceive a different reality. You're never going to change this body. What you're going to do is change your frequency and your perception of body. Okay. There's a lot more to that, but that's the first step. The first step I'm always going to bring you to is breathing. Spend some time every day connecting whatever type of cancer you may have. You're going to bring your attention into that cancer, into wherever it is, which usually is holding a lot of fear and grief and acidity. That's usually what's driving tumor growth. And you have to breathe love into it, because your breath isn't just air, it's energy. And you can begin to breathe into it. That's a big first start. After that, you're going to need some healing. You're going to have to sit with a qualified medicine person that can help you journey inward to begin to take apart the unresolved emotional data that is running the program that's creating your symptoms. Symptoms are messengers. I'll repeat that. Symptoms are messengers. Symptoms are messengers pointing to an internal change that must be made. We recycle the experience, the symptoms, and the symptoms may grow and become more pronounced because it creates more discomfort, more fear. This forces us to change. It is through difficulty, it is through challenge that we have the capability to change. All right. You're in complete control. You have the ability to grow and change, but you first must begin to change your belief system. Begin to change the way the mind is working and start to put yourself in an empowered state. So then even if you have illness, you're okay with it. If you can just be okay with how it is and begin to change from the inside out, you can overcome anything. I've seen it happen over and over. This doesn't mean that everyone is going to overcome cancer or everyone's going to overcome illness. Some of us are not meant to. Illness is meant to open up consciousness, because the illness is temporary. You're only going to be in this body for a very temporary amount of time. So I always try to point people to first is, what if you can release the fear? What if you can make it so it's not so serious? What if you can be okay with understanding whatever happens is what needs to happen? Very, very deep work it takes there. Most people don't have the psychological and mental and emotional fortitude to be able to move in that direction. So they end up in the common sick care system, listening to the experts or the doctors, which are completely inept at helping anyone to actually manage this type of chronic or any other type of chronic illness. Because what is that? What is cancer? It's an autoimmune dysfunction. Autoimmune dysfunction is directly related to what? Your nervous system. So that means there's a neurological dysfunction that's happening. Blockage. Okay. This goes for everybody. If you have an illness going on in your life, if you have arthritis or fibromyalgia or any sort of autoimmune disorder, which almost all illnesses arise from some sort of dysfunction in the immune system, which is directly related to your function of your nervous system, that's a direct correlation, a direct relationship. The medicine people of the world, the mystics of the world have always known this. This is something that's not fully understood yet by the medical community, but is starting to more and more, because we have beautiful studies and things happening where they're showing how your intention affects your gene expression. You're in charge of how your genes express themselves. I was trained and taught in the 90s and early 2000s that you have no control over your genetics. This simply is not true. This is being proven over and over and over and over. And all we have to do is show up and put in the information. I always try to challenge people, let go of whatever it is you think you know. Whatever it is you think you know, whatever it is you think that's been trained to you, let go and allow yourself to be open to new potentials and possibilities. Thank you, Benjamin. Kurt Carrington. Hello, my brother. Hey, brother. Was hoping you would be on today. I have a question. Is there such a thing as having a healthy fear of certain situations, etc.? Absolutely. I wouldn't say, I don't call fear bad or anything. It's unhealthy only when it's driving your consistent mindset. If you're anxious all the time and worrying all the time and trying to be ahead of the game, overthinking, incessant thought and planning, and not being in the present moment, that's when it's unhealthy. So yeah, there's definitely having a healthy fear. If you're being chased by a dog, that's when you want that sympathetic nervous system to kick in and engage. When you don't want to kick in and to engage is when you're having anxiety or panicking about some mundane thing, which happens every day. That would be unhealthy fear. That's unrealistic fear. There's nothing to be afraid of, usually. Now, if you're under attack, there's physical danger. That's when we should have a healthy fear, right? That's healthy. Or when your intuition kicks in and tells you, hey, don't go that way. Okay, I won't go the other way. But you let it go. You don't hold on to it. The thing is fear is a feeling, and feelings are good. You let it come, let it be what it is, process, let it go. Emotion is connected to a story. So if there's consistent fear, I'm afraid of spiders, there's a story that's connected there. If I gave you amnesia and you never seen a spider before and you had no past idea or experience of what that is, you no longer will have that fear, the thoughts. So yeah, there's definitely all emotions are healthy. Okay. All feelings can be healthy. Most emotions are dangerous. Even the good ones, even the things we're calling good. I'm in love with you. That leads into attachment. Okay. Which may or may not be healthy for you. But yeah, I feel that all range of feeling is meant to be felt by the human. That's what we signed up for. We're not supposed to bypass anything. If you feel like shit, you feel like shit. If you're angry, if you're upset, that's okay. Sometimes that's what it needs to be. Whatever shows up in your reality is precisely what it needs to be. You have a choice to improve upon it if you wish. If you don't want to, that's okay. Then you won't grow, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong. I mean, nobody's doing anything wrong. I don't care what anyone thinks or says. I mean, people won't agree. What do you mean there's no bad? Don't you see the evil in the world? No, I don't. Not anymore. I used to. What I see is a design. I see energy that's moving in a particular way to facilitate change. If the bad things don't show up, it can't grow into the good things. The human mind, we've trained ourselves so much to seek comfort. I want to be comfortable. I don't want any challenges. No challenges, no growth. No ticky, no laundry. But yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know if you'd have to give me in your position what are you experiencing, and we can help determine, is it healthy? Is it protecting you, or is it a detriment to you? That's usually the question. This thing I'm afraid of, do I need to be afraid? Am I actually in danger? No. Then there's no point. It's not healthy for me to be afraid. If you're having that fear response due to there's a lion loose in the neighborhood and you need to be aware, be on guard, yeah, then that is healthy, because that's going to keep you alive. That's the fear response is only for survival. We, however, as humans, have adapted a fear response to try to control an outcome, which actually limits our survival. How weird, right? Jilly, have a strong push to ask about becoming a proficient breathwork facilitator to be able to assist you. Good. I would love that. And I'm working on trying to create, there's just so much. It's just very difficult to try to create everything. I'm trying to create my training platform right now. I'm trying to get the teaching platform together. So that way Because the thing is I'm very limited currently because I'm doing classes that are direct. We're sitting in Zoom meetings. I'm directly there for 3 hours at a time, but I'm only there for those 3 hours. So people cannot get the information otherwise. So I'm gonna have to create it more like a video series. So that way people at any time can access the information, and then we'll have group meetings put together. Uh-huh. Yeah. So I'm looking forward, Jill. You'll be the first person that I reach out to about the breathwork facilitator training and certification. I'm creating a certification platform for people that want to become breathwork facilitators, even if they don't want to facilitate, just to become deeply proficient in your own practice is a beautiful thing. I use breath for many different things. I don't share all of that here on live streams. I only show you certain things because there's not everything's for everyone. Each person has kind of a different code to them of how breath can work and how it can be used for healing. So, but yeah, Joe, that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. Let's go here. Tom Thompson, good morning, brother. Nardu, hi. Angelica, good morning, sister. Jobova, thank you so much for your super sticker. I love it. Thank you. Donations help us keep going, okay? So if you can make a donation, anyone that can make a donation, please check us out. Well, welcome, Tanya. Tonya Turner, watching from YouTube today. Good. Deleted Facebook from my phone for a few days. Good. Doing a bit of detox this week, a bit challenging. I wanted to post how hard it was. That is how I know this was needed. Yeah, absolutely. Detox, good. What I'll do is I'll usually set myself up for certain goals in my social media growth. And then what I'll do is I'll back off. I'll take some time off. I still continue to make posts every day. I got thousands and thousands of people all over the world that kind of, in a way, are depending on the energy that I put in every day into those posts. So I show up in there. But I do recommend, especially if you find yourself scrolling or being drawn into it all the time, definitely take a break, because detox goes a long way, because you're allowing your brain to recover from essentially dopamine abuse. So cool. I'm glad you're here. This free videos and other information is in the comments. Cool. Hi, Jill. Hi, brother. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I am. It's always a beautiful day when I'm here with you all. I love my soul family. I love you all so much. And it's always a great honor to be here to share this space. Morning, Paqo people. Grand rising. Kurt says, thanks, brother. Love your perspective. I feel called to have another session with you, so we'll book one soon. Please do. I look forward to it. You're a fantastic being to work with, Kurt. Bring it on. Yes, I want to be a breathwork facilitator. Your breathwork on YouTube changed my life. A Nike Kuyaiki. Yeah, those are just basic kinds of things, too. I've worked with many other people, people who've already been like breathwork facilitators for a period of time. They usually seek me out because there's very few facilitators or teachers that have my experience. There's very, very few people on the planet that through breathwork have been able to heal themselves. It's not just the breathing, but that's the primary source and center of life is your breath. But there are very few people on the planet that have the experience I have with using the breath in such a healing way, to use it in such a powerful way. So people usually come to me. I've had people to do private breathwork trainings with them where I help them to improve their ability as a facilitator. That's really what I like to do mostly, is help people that have beautiful gifts and help them grow them gifts more. I like to take people who are already leaders and just empower them as leaders. I'm not here to really help people who aren't in that kind of position, people who aren't trying to grow and expand and become leadership for a new world. That's precisely what I'm here and designed to do, is help people become better leaders. I want to help you to become your greatest version. Hi, Tammy. The Sacred Beholder. I hope you're well as ever. Thank you so much, Sacred Beholder. I surely am. I hope that you are too. I feel that you're okay currently. If you're not, let me know. We'll work on something. Tony Q. That's Tony Q. Tony Corianti. Don Antonio Corianti. I do. I love to help people awaken their gifts. And their gifts, I love when people come to me because all kinds of people come to me. Some people come to me that are just on the cusp and just in the beginning of their awakening. I love to help them get started. Some people are vast deep into their awakening, been helping, teaching others for years, and are ready just to turn up that energy, turn up the ability to improve the flow of energy in their gift. There's people that have been gifted for 20, 30 years already. They're way ahead of the curve as far as awakening, but they're still going through layers of ascension. Because just right now, you could be on the path as long as you want. You're not going to, the information wasn't here yet for you to grow into what's capable now. Okay, now. So there are a lot of people that grow spiritual egos and they think that, oh, well, I've been on this spiritual journey for 20 years and I got it all down. Well, that's a mistake because there's frequencies of consciousness that are only available now that weren't available yesterday. So we have to continue with our practice and continue to grow and never think that due to our age or our time, physical ideas of time in our spiritual space that we're above or below the next. We're not. No one is below, above or below the next. We're all one living thing. And what I try to do is encourage people to continue to evolve. If you become complacent and think, you don't need to continue to change, you're going to start to have symptoms because then that means you're stuck. Flow. Be like water. Water's always flowing. It doesn't stay stuck and contained. And when it does, think of a pond that the water's stagnant and stuck. Water becomes mucky, filthy, overrun, holding heaviness. You want to stay in the flow through your energy, flow through your life. Angelica says, I have that feeling I know a person without even see or nor talk with her. How do you explain that? Happens to me all the time. So let me go into that a little bit. I'm taking in a channel right now. Okay. So Angelica, it's becoming aware that you're not separate from anyone. So when you do know everyone, you actually do, because you're not actually separate from them. We just forget. The human beings, the personalities and all those things are temporary. They're just parts of this part of reality, this human reality. Beyond that, everything's spirit and energy in a deeper sense. And you're already connected to that. So what I'm picking up from you is you're feeling a memory, because all time is now. And as I am a rememberer, I remember so many things. I consistently run into people or sense people coming that are meant to be part of my reality. So part of that's just a form of clairsentience that's beginning to grow in you, more and more so, because ever since totality or the eclipse, there's been new frequencies of consciousness available to us. So new gifts are opening. We don't know how to use all of them yet because we haven't tuned the nervous system in a way to receive them. So we're starting to move into a place that no one knows anything about. There's no one on the planet that's written a book or has any regurgitated information to share, because often that's what a lot of stuff is. There's lots of spiritual teachers and things like that that are just have become masters at regurgitating book information. They don't actually have the consciousness frequency within them. There's lots of them. Okay. I call these pseudo spiritualists. They know the path. However, they don't walk the path. Okay. That's how in scripture it says, you will know the false prophet by his fruits. The fruits, what comes from that prophet, from that person that's proclaiming to you about consciousness and change and growth. Do they have a large soul family of people in their wake that have changed? Do they also have a large wake of people that are pissed at them? Those are the fruits. That's how you know a really powerful prophet, a really powerful person that can bring energy into the world, is by what is happening. Is that person, are they healing? Are they constantly working? Do they share their vulnerability with you? Or do they just come on social media and things and just share about love and light all the time? You know, I love to be open. I love to be open about when I struggle or when I have a hard time or when I get sick. I don't try to hide those things, because what I try to help people understand is no matter how high you fly, you're going to have challenges. You're going to have challenges. That is expected. You want that. Most light workers try to avoid those things. Oh no, it's all love and light. I can just bypass it with my higher energy. Well, the thing is we're beings and we want to put together all energy, the lower world, the middle world, the upper world, mind, body, spirit, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Think of all those trinities. We're meant to converge all those together, and that's how we become one. It's when we push down the shadow and overrise and exalt into our higher energy, we are separated. And it's within separation that suffering arises, because you're no longer one. You're no longer unified. We're meant to take the heavy energy that is our past, that is our shadow, and transform it. You can't kill it. You can't hide it, but you can transform it. You can transform your pain and turn it into love. You can see all the things that happen to you and make a decision in one moment. In one moment, it can all change and it can happen for you. So I kind of got off. I guess those are things you need to hear, Angelica. That was coming through the channel. But yes, so that's an okay thing. Try not to overthink it. Go with the flow. That's always what I'm always trying to aim myself and help others do. Row your boat gently down the stream. Just take it easy. Allow whatever shows up to show up. Sometimes it's going to suck. When it sucks, try to embrace the suck. It's okay. Bring the pain here. Don't run from it. Don't push it down. Don't run away. Bring it here. Now you're no longer in separation. And then you can allow yourself to process what's going on. Thoughts on seeing cardinals and crows frequently? Sure. So birds, so we'll just talk about birds in general. Birds represent a higher perspective, the bird's eye view of your reality. So often when birds show up in your reality, it's your higher consciousness trying to get your attention to help you to see from a higher perspective. So often in our lives, when there's challenges and things arise, or we're holding on to heavy emotion and things like that, we're caught in that. We're caught just there. We can't see any other possibility or potential except for the overwhelming ideas and feelings that are there in that moment. But we do have the ability, as soon as we're ready to slow our breath down. And just for now, we let go and we move into the space of observation. This is very powerful, okay? But it takes a lot of practice, because we're often identified with the problem, the issue, the feeling, the emotion. We're identified with it. When we can just for a moment, it's not that you shove this away or push it away, you allow it to be there. But what you're doing is you're choosing as if you can step outside of yourself and see from a third person view, or from a higher view. You're looking down on the situation. You're seeing it for all its parts and for what it is. And from there, we can choose to make new decisions that actually empower us in this, in what's happening. You can take that information, come back down into the situation, and start to plug in the changes that need to happen. Okay, I can see I can just learn to accept this. I can release that. I can forgive that. I can forgive me. It's usually the first things when we have issues in our life is forgiveness, because there's usually guilt, like even grief. It's, lots of people carry grief, and that grief is usually rooted in guilt. I feel guilty, but you can learn to release those things. So birds in general. So cardinals are generally connected to ancestral spirits. Quite often, when cardinals visit me, they're usually ancestral spirits that come visit me. Sometimes they're people who aren't directly related to me. Everyone is in a way, but there'll be spirits of people that show up, and what you do is I like to just open up my heart center when I see the cardinal. And instead of trying to think, what does it mean? What is it doing? I'm just feeling, and I envelop the energy. And then usually there's a message that arises, not usually in that moment sometimes, but sometimes later. So they carry information to you. Crow. So blackbirds, crows, and ravens are the most intelligent species. They have more neurons per square millimeter above all other birds and animals in general. They're extremely intelligent. And what they are is they're actually connectors between, the unseen spiritual space and the seen. What we're calling everything spirit. So we can, for ease of communication between the metaphysical and the physical, they're gateways. They can bring these two things together. Very highly intelligent. For me, since I work with the Norse gods, I work with energies that show up as Odin, Thor, and Freya. Quite often when the Odin energy is with me, I'll see a large black bird will come to me. Often they follow me. They'll follow me in the forest when I'm out in the forest. I can call birds to me. They'll follow me. They're very intrigued. And you can send them. Birds are highly, highly sensitive to frequency and energy. You can send your loving energy to a bird, and then you can draw back the energy to the bird. So, but ultimately, when you see these things, so you have an awareness, I'm seeing these birds. The most important thing is for you to shut the mind off. The mind is always, so when you're asking me that question, you're looking for something I can give you for your mind to relate to, which is fine. That's okay. It's just like when you see repeating numbers, synchronicities, often people go Google what that means, which is okay. But what's really important is that you pay attention to what you're feeling in that moment, what you're sensing in that moment. That means shutting off the mind. I'm not trying to think about what is that? What does it mean? What is this? That every time you're chasing the energy, you're slowing down its flow. You're trying to turn energy into matter with this part of the mind. Let that part of the mind go. When you see the bird, slow down your breath. Just become present. Just become present. You're just with the bird and you're noticing the bird. You're experiencing the bird. That is what it's really about. That's what the signs and synchronicities are for. They're not for someone else to actually tell you what they mean. So I'm just giving you some ideas, but ultimately, whenever you see anything that's a form of guidance, you want to slow down your breath, allow the thinking to move to the side, and bring yourself present. Seeing the beauty of the bird, its feathers, but you're not naming it. You're just absorbing. You're taking it in. That is where the message is. It's not in the thought. It comes into the feeling. The feeling of the bird then can rise and become a new sense. Oh, the bird showed me. Or you come in, like when I was with that bird, I saw or sensed or felt, and it can help you to guide you to where you need to go. Great question. I really, really love that question. Thank you so much, Tammy. And I hope that answered some things. Hi, Jill. She says, I've recently been connecting with Pleiadian and Blue Avian frequencies. And through that, I've also been connecting with some humans that have now become my family again. So beautiful. I love that. Okay. So I work directly with lots of Pleiadians and also the Blue Avians. I've been working with them for a long time. So these are very highly conscious energies that are actually separate from us. They are us. So they're going to start seeing more of that because the energetic lines have all become more alive or connected. The Paqo Kuna tradition, the Inca have a direct connection to the Pleiadians. This is also a lot of where the energy awareness and medicine came from in this ancient form of energy medicine. They were far ahead of their time. They had a very deep understanding of the cosmos and beyond. So I love the Pleiadians. I also like the Avian. So I call them Avian. Avian Kuna, as they call them, the avian or Avian. They've been very helpful to me, helping me to expand my conscious awareness, teaching me things about my mind, teaching me things about humanity and how it works and what we can do to make change. And the Pleiadians have been mostly helpful in teaching me light technology, teaching me how to light as energy, taking energy and transforming it into different things within my being, helping me to transform my internal energies. The Pleiadians, very, very powerful for helping us to understand our nervous system. They've been primary teachers to me because I always explain I only have generally one kind of authentic human teacher. Before I had him, all of my teachings were coming, and still very much do come from non-physical beings. They've been communicating to me since about my whole life, but it started to come on really online about 2019. Really started to have strong connection into higher intelligence of the cosmos. But they're available. They're always here. We just have to continually work on creating, connecting the relationship. Relationship's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is, what is relationship? That's a connection, coherence, neurological pathway, informational pathway. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jill. Tanya says, I have the breathwork course idea. I'm so in. I love the breathwork course idea. Good. It's time. I've had people asking me for the last 4 years, when are you going to do a breathwork thing and everything? It's like, I don't know. I don't know if that's really for me, because, it just seems really, I don't know, run of the mill, new age kind of thing. But the way I teach it and the way I do it is nothing like anyone else. So I know other people who have gotten breathwork certifications and everything. And, it's not about the certification. The certification is just a piece of paper. The class is just a class. It's about what you develop within you. And I'm not trying to make a bunch of me's. I'm trying to make yous. I want you all to grow. And that's how I teach breathwork to people, is that not that this is the only way. It's that here's some beautiful tools I'm going to give you. And all I want you to do is, through your own practice, adapt them. And that's how you develop a relationship. Because breath isn't just air to me. It's a living spirit. It's a spiritual energy. It's alive. And very much part of me and you. Let's feel your breath for a second. Breathe in through your nose. You can't see it, but you sure can feel it. And then you can use your imagination. Imagine your breath is light. High frequency energy comes into your body, and it helps you to expel what you don't need. What do I need? Bring it in. I breathe in health, happiness, wisdom, abundance, and release all else. So just by doing something that simple, just becoming aware of your breath, you don't have to sit down and zen out and always do a breathwork practice. The practice is to build the neurology, so that way you can use it at any time. I actually posted something recently about breathwork. There's lots of studies now showing how it can help to cure ADHD. I agree, because I had ADHD. It's turned into a superpower or a gift. Now I have a vast awareness. Instead of my mind thinking and going everywhere, now I can use my attention to be open to the space around me, and that amplifies, and you can feel the energy. ADHD is a neurodivergence. A neurodivergence is a gift. That's just a different way the nervous system works. We just live in a society where that's not been what's been taught or used. We usually take people, and then what we try to do is try to medicate them. What? You're different from other people? Well, you must have a medication deficiency. Take that. Bullshit. Right now I'm calling bullshit. And that goes for almost all, I'm not going to say every, but very vast majority of diagnoses, especially like mental illnesses and things like that. Often this is just unresolved emotional data and non-harmonized energy. All forms of illness is non-harmonized energy. Whenever I'm out of harmony, I start to have some sort of symptom. The symptom arises to get my attention. What are you holding on to? Most of it I don't know, because there's a subconscious program running. And you don't know until you learn to pay attention to the symptom. You're around someone. They didn't do anything, but whatever they're doing triggers you. I'm triggered. And then what we do, the ego blames it on them. Oh, it's because they're this or they're that. But no, the trigger's in you. As you become conscious, you can see something that triggers you, bothers you in some sort of way. And then you can start to ask yourself, why am I choosing that? Why am I choosing to be triggered? And then now that's changed everything. Now you have no longer externalized your power. You've kept it with you. And now you've not given it away. Now you're empowered. And now you can decide from there what you would like to do or change. How cool, right? What is the Paqo name for golden eagle? Golden eagle. Golden would be Kori. So Qori. Kori, like golden sunshine, like my name, Corianti. So really, it would be more like Cordy Inti Kanchai would be like golden sunlight. But Zane actually kind of named me. I asked him about it because my spirit guides were calling me telepathically Anthony Golden Sunshine. And so I was asking him, how would I translate that, Zane, into like Quechua? So he came up, he channeled it, and it came up through him as Antonio Cori Anti. And Anti actually stands for Antisuyu, which means the eastern corner of the Inca Empire, where the sun rises from. So it's the sunrise. So that's how I became that. But Cori is the word, Qori, Cori. And then so in our tradition, the way Zane is taught the word is Arpe, Arpay, which translates into some other words because Quechua is a really kind of strange language, but beautiful, where one word can mean many different things in its context. So golden eagle would be Coriarpe. That's what we would call that. There's another word for eagle that's escaping me right now that I've learned. I spend a lot of time every week learning Quechua. I really enjoy the language. It's such a beautiful language. And my spiritual guidance always asks me to work with it because it keeps the frequency of it alive. It's no more important than your native tongue, of course, because that is the connection energetically. I'm just talking from my personal experience. For me, connecting into the Quechua language was almost like particular frequencies and keyways that connect into the quantum space. The spirits love it. All the ancient Paqos, they show up as soon as I start speaking in Quechua, as soon as it starts there. So you could also call it Hatan Sumak Cordi Arpe. That would be the great and beautiful golden eagle. Okay. So Cordi Arpe. Qoriarpay. Cordi Arpe. Cool question. Wow, nailed the situation with caught up in the situation. That happens. It's okay. Be gentle, okay? Awareness is the first step. Often we take awareness, we become aware that we've sabotaged or shortchanged ourselves, and then we go on this internal attack. Why? I'm so stupid. You know how many people you hear say that? How many times have you said that? I'm so stupid, blah, 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 blah. You're saying all these terrible things to yourself. What if you just accept, oh, I see how I'm shortchanging myself. Can I let go of that? Can I forgive myself for doing that and let go? Yeah, I can make that decision right now. Right there, you're eliminating all the hoocha, all the heavy energy. And now you're just present. Okay, now what do I change? It's just the awareness is the freedom. That's the key. Use the awareness as a tool. As soon as you become aware that, oh, there's something I'm doing that's disempowering to me, you don't want to turn it inward and be like, I'm bad for doing that. That's what we do, though, because we think that's what's supposed to happen. This starts from our childhood, because when we do something bad, our parents go, hey, no, 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 no. They beat no into you, kind of thing. Well, you're doing the same thing, but your inner child, your inner being actually needs your love. You need to say, oh, it's okay that that's happened. We're going to change now, okay? Otherwise, we turn into boot camp sergeants and we beat the crap out of ourselves subconsciously. This actually adds to our trauma. Sam, hello. Hello. Tammy says, thank you so much. Nailed it. You know, I did this a couple times. What am I? I love that question. Wow, I got the tingles all over my body, Sam. That's fantastic. So, what am I? Well, I don't like to speak for other people in that kind of context. But what I will do is I'll tell you what I know that I am. And what I will tell you is that I am you. And on the deepest level, I would say that, what am I? You are a manifestation of the universe experiencing itself. You are creation itself. You are eternal, loving awareness. You are life. And in your human form, You're a walking, talking, breathing, singing, dancing miracle. You're everything and nothing all at once. Cool question. Love that. That's a great question for anyone. Who am I? What am I? Let go of the story and then contemplate that. Don't think of any story of who you think you are or what you are. You know, this changes everything, because most people say, well, I'm a human. And I'd say, well, how do you know you're human? Drives people nuts. Well, I know because I see my arms and my hands and my legs. Yeah, sure, you see all these things, but how do you know that's a human? And then that takes you into, well, someone told me that, and I agreed. Other people say that too, so it must be right. No. So, you know, you're experiencing yourself as a human, but at the deepest level, you're not. We're here to experience being human, and I very much enjoy it. And I recommend it, to do it to your greatest ability and follow your greatest excitement. And do it to the greatest of your ability and do it till you can't do it anymore. And allow yourself to be detached from any outcome. If you can allow whatever happens to happen and you just follow your greatest excitement and you understand that the universe is always working to your benefit, it doesn't matter anymore what happens. Hello, everyone. Catching tail end. We'll have to watch replay. Hi, Lulu. Who was I just talking? Oh, I was with David last night at the Kava Bar, and he asked about you. He said, you seen Lulu lately? I was like, yeah, not real lately, but I know she's doing good. She's growing. She's feeling good. So we love you, Lulu. Thank you. I love the language, too. I do, too. It's like as soon as it started to be introduced into my life, and that was when my brother Casey McBride, the space shaman, showed up in my reality, and I heard the language. I was like, it's so strange how familiar it was to me. But this is before I started having memory of all the other times I was a Paqo. This is my 5th lifetime. This is my 5th time being a Paqo. I must really like creating realities where I get to experience being a Paqo, being a nature mystic and a priest. I love it. Sam says, am I the one sleeping? Of course, you're the one that's sleeping and you're the one that's awake. Mm-hmm. The I, however, never sleeps. The I is eternal. The me is the name, Sam. Sam is me. Who is me? Me is an accumulation of past experiences. It has a name. How did you get a name? Someone gave it to you. Your parents gave you a name. And then they started to program you. Up until about age 7, you start to download. You're watching them, their behaviors, what they do. They teach you language. They basically open up. They tell you that this is what this is, and that's what this is, and that's what this is. And then we agree to all those things. And then that becomes basically our primary program. From there, all the other stuff grows around it. But the thing is, and this takes me, Nikola Tesla's talking right now. And the thing is, it's like fundamental math. You can have this huge equation. You can create a huge equation. But if the primary math is incorrect, if 2 + 2 isn't 4, which it never is, we just agree to it is. If 2 + 2 isn't 4, then your outcome is not going to be correct. All right. This goes the same way. If your primary program is not working to your greatest possible outcome, you're not going to have that on the back end. So that's why the subconscious programming has to change. We have to go inward and start questioning ourselves. Why do I believe what I believe? Ask yourself that. Why do I believe what I believe? As you go down that rabbit hole, it's going to be disturbing and freeing at the same time. You're going to come to find out that everything you think you know or believe is illusory. It's based on some idea that was grafted upon you that you agree with. Just like truth. No truth actually exists. Truth is a perception. It's an idea. It's a feeling. It's an agreement with, and people are like, oh no, it's true. And they'll point out these things that they believe are true. And I'll say, okay, exactly. That's what I'm pointing out to. You believe this is true because for you, the evidence is sufficient for you to agree. What if that evidence is not sufficient for me to agree? Does that make it truth still? No, that makes it truth for you. That's why we say speak your truth. Be your truth, not the truth. Okay? Fact, also illusory. Fact does not exist. That's an agreement. Fact. This is a fact. How do you know it's a fact? Well, the evidence says, well, then you're agreeing to evidence. How do you know the evidence is correct? At the very base of things. You don't. So if we start to let go of these ideas of fact and truth, we no longer have to defend them. How many times in your life have you defended truth? Your truth, not someone else's, but you're trying to make it all truth. It's not true. Your truth is not true for everybody, and you don't need to defend it. It's yours. And then that's part of your belief system. Whatever you believe is true is what? A belief, part of your belief system. How many times have you tried to defend fact? What fact? The fact is you believe it's a fact. You're defending your belief system. If you're consistently defending your belief system, you want to change your belief system. You're allowed to think, feel, and understand any way you want to. Nobody else has to participate in that. I love listening to Peter Gabriel. In Your Eyes makes me feel like the creator is saying with me. Thank you, Mark. I'm going to listen to that after I get off the show here. In Your Eyes. I love Peter Gabriel. Cool. I like how that showed up in my reality. I'm going to write that down. Thanks, Mark. Okay. Love all of you. We love you too. Lulu. Okay. And Angelica says, it was awesome to be here. As always, wish you all an amazing day. Thank you, Angelica. Pause time. Memories taken. I'm not sure what you're conveying. Oh, now I need old Genesis soundtrack today. Ooh, that sounds good. Even the word, Genesis, creation, Genesis. And I love neurogenesis, creating new neurological pathways. Everything is so much more beautiful, wonderful, and less complicated than we actually are agreeing to. The ego mind loves to create complication. It's not complicated at all. We choose for it to be complicated. It is complex to be a human. It is complex to navigate this, but what it isn't is complicated. It loves to create complication. You'll give someone a flat out way to change, like it's more complicated than that. No, you're making it more complicated than that. You're choosing for it to be complicated. And I don't think I have enough belief in that. You don't think you have enough belief, but you believe that. Do you see? So you do have the belief. It's already there. It already exists. You already have it. That's the paradox. Paradoxical things actually contain freedom when you look at them a certain way. That's usually people. That's usually where we bring people down. What into is understanding that your belief system, what you believe is how this works. And you say, well, I don't have enough belief. I don't have belief, but you believe that. You believe that you don't have the belief. Do you see? It's already there. It's just you have to program it. You have to use it in a way that actually works for you. Yeah. How to access your higher consciousness? Well, first through just sitting still. There's many ways. Okay. There's no one way. I can't give you like one way. Each person is a little bit different. What I have found across the board with all the people I work with is teaching someone how to properly breathe, especially breathing with them, helps them to access deeper parts of the mind. Just by nature, naturally, that begins to happen. When you begin to train yourself to breathe and use that diaphragm, I talk a lot about diaphragmatic respiration because it's extremely important. Most of us, when we're respiring, when we're breathing, it's just high in the chest because we're in our head overthinking. We want to release the thoughts just for now and bring all of your attention into your breath. And you're breathing down into the belly and pushing the diaphragm out and away. This fills up the air into the lungs. As you exhale, you bring it up and you suck in your tummy. And you push your tummy out, filling up with air. And as you breathe out, pull the tummy in. So as you're doing this, you're like a pump. You're moving the blood, the lymph, the cerebral spinal fluid up into the brain. You're creating a new environment for neuroplasticity, for change. As you're extending those long exhales, you're telling your nervous system, I'm safe. I'm safe, right? Long exhale. Try this out. Every time you remember today, try to take in some slow, deep breaths and really extend your exhale. And you can do this very discreetly. You can be in your office around people. I like to do it while someone's talking. This centers your attention. And now your mind's not running away, waiting for your turn to talk. You're actually paying attention to understand. Nod. Listen to your life. Become present in this moment. See the beauty and aliveness in this moment. That's how you access the deeper dimension of consciousness, which is presence, which is this present moment. The only moment that exists is now. Coming here. This can be done other ways. You can do walking meditation. I often like to, but the breath is also involved. I like to go out into the woods and walk along and go into the woods. And as I'm walking along, I slow my breath down and I just become aware. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just open into the present moment. That's the big key. The access to your life, to your eternalness is in the now, right now. And the more you can bring yourself to be in this present moment consistently, observing the consistent present moment, the more free you become. That is enlightenment. That is awareness. Beautiful. Sam Tony's one-on-one sessions are deep water to get to your core. Reach out to him. Yes, please do, Sam. I'm here to help. Thank you, Queenie. I'm going to pop that up real quick. Book a session with us at thepositivepineapple.org. You can work with me, work with Mary, or work with us both. That's available. I recommend trying out a holistic transformation session. Very powerful. We just go into what's going on in your life. What do you want to change? What do you want to grow or expand? Are you trying to find a new job? Are you trying to change and find a better relationship? Are you just trying to just improve your flow of energy? Do you have a medicine gift you'd like to expand? There's no limitations. Coaching, a little coaching goes a long way. I'm a coach of all sorts, all types, fitness, mindset, nutrition, so on and so forth. I help people in many different ways. What is it that you need? We kind of go into that, and I help you to develop a new practice, a new way to begin to bring that energy to you. It's already here. We just have to open up to receive it. Book a session with us. You'll love it. I guarantee it. Help support our mission of healing. If you like what we're doing, you can make a donation. You can do super stickers. You can do Venmo. You can do Cash App. You can do PayPal. All are available. You can visit our website. Your donations go a long way in helping many other people heal. So far, in the last just over 5 years now, we're reaching now just about 80,000 people in 53 countries. So in the last 5 years, we've been able to work through workshops and classes and one-on-one healing sessions between Mary and I. We've been able to work with nearly, it's like 78,900 some people around the globe. And that's thanks to you. Thanks to all of you who are here to support us energetically, support us with your love, share us with the world. Please share these things. Tell people about me and Mary and the Positive Pineapple and what we're doing to get other people to come onto these live streams, bring people to online breath works, bring people to in-person sessions that we do out in the community. This changes everything. Your light, our light together is what creates miracles. Thank you for your generous donations. I want to thank all of you who make your generous donations. These donations are much more than money. They're energy. They're divine reciprocity. This keeps things moving. As I give to you, as I sit here, and in my choice, it's my choice to sit here and share all of this information. And what I'm sharing with you is things that people pay thousands of dollars in retreats for. The funny part is since people get this for free, they don't understand its value. People think it's worth more if they're paying for it. So do that. You can add some value to this by exchanging energy. I'm here to exchange energy and give to you so that way you can grow. I ask for you to give to me so that we can grow. Okay. Aini is the word in our tradition, divine reciprocity. You're giving. You give with all you can. And I choose to give with all I can without any expectation how it returns. It returns just as it needs to. And the thing is I'm happy, healthy, and strong, and that's made me more successful than any other way it could be. Most of us term success through how much stuff we can get, how much material. That is not success. You can have all the material that you want, but if you're not happy, healthy, and strong, it doesn't matter. Thank you, Queenie. Contact Positive Pineapple of the book a session. Absolutely. Lulu says, was going to say love breath work. As with it, I can relax to a point of bring down my heart rate and your blood pressure. And sitting here at doctors, they had to take pressure ×2. I've been able to do this several times. That long exhale. So as you're doing these long exhales, you're engaging the parasympathetic nervous system. It's slowing down your heart rate. Also, with these long exhales, especially if you hum, this increases production of nitric oxide gas in the paranasal sinus. And as you come back for the next inhale, you breathe it in and generate more. And so that's a vasodilator. It dilates all your blood vessels, lowers your blood pressure, takes you into the space of calm. Awesome, Lulu. Sam says, you're awesome. Thank you. You're awesome. Okay. Because I'm you. I'm you and you're me. So that's the way to be. I try to look at everything as awesome and wonderful. And it is. It really is. It really, really is. I don't have to pretend. I know it is. I can see the beauty of things. I can feel the beauty, the design, the perfection. It just inspires the crap out of me. It makes me so inspired to just continue my journey. It's really hard sometimes. It's not easy. I'm very much like a missionary. I'm out here helping people all over the world, generally for not much money. And that can be hard sometimes, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't trade it for nothing, because it's the most wonderful life it could ever be, is to help other people open up their capability in their life. How do I remember? There's many, many ways. Okay. So the great remembering happens through change. You want to have to change. And if you want to go deeper into that, Sam, there's no one size fits all. There's no cookie cutter way for one to move into their remembering. There's no set thing that a person can do. We have to look at what's stopping you from remembering. So for most human beings, this is some sort of emotional blockage that needs to be brought forward. It needs to be brought forward and then harmonized. The energy needs to be harmonized. As that becomes harmonized, the remembering happens naturally. It's not that you need to get anything. It's you need to let go of some stuff. And I can help you to do that, to open that, to unlock that. Unlock your personal being and secrets. They're in you. They're already there. They already exist. Well, it's been a wonderful morning. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I can't believe I've already been through 1, 2, 3, an hour and 23 minutes. It's happened so fast. I love you all so much. I can't believe this week just blew by again. We're most of the way through April. I know I say this every week. Like, can you believe how fast time is moving? It's just going to move even faster. I hope it slows down just a little bit so that way we can have a nice, enjoyable summer. Spring is beautiful. Get outside today. If you can get outside today, regardless of the weather, do it. Get your bare feet in the grass, breathe, dance, move your arms around. Just move your body. Let your body kind of flow. Enjoy yourself. Be present in the moment. Have fun. That's what it's all about. Good. Get out there in the snow. Snow in our tradition, Brother Nathaniel, is pure Sami. That's pure white energy is what that is. Precipitation. Rain is Sami. It's refined light energy from the heavens. Get out there in the snow. Do a snow angel. My favorite thing to do. Get out there, regardless of the weather. Get outside. You see me outside every day in the winter. It doesn't matter. I live in northern Ohio, so we get pretty decent winters. Not this one. Very, very mild. Very mild. But still, for most people, they won't go outside. But I also do outdoor cold swimming too. Get outside. I meant to say, it's snowing. Get in there. Rain is Sami. Love it. It is. The rain is Sami, and then even snow, even more refined. It's very refined light. And you can go out in it, be with it, sense it. You know how like after it snows and then that acoustic feeling happens where it's really still and quiet. There's no birds or bugs. And it's still and it's quiet. Amazing stillness. I love it. I want to thank you all so much for being here with me this morning. I'll be back again on Tuesday for another episode of Ask the Shaman. Bring your questions, bring your friends, share, share, share. That's the important part. We need to spread out into the world, and I need your help. If you can help me spread out into the world, that would be fabulous, fantastically fabulous. Let's reach more people. Let's help more people. Let's grow. I love you all so much. Love, peace.